Right, good morning, people of YouTubes. I'm going to start by apologising with the lack of content recently, but I haven't been feeling awfully great the last month or so, and I've had some time off work, so I've been trying to catch up with work rather than doing my own cars. So with that out of the way with, if you'd have seen the last video of this, we went on a track day to do some pre-season testing. And turns out that I've still got the misfire, and the second-hand engine that I put in there is still relatively, well, it don't sound 100%, let's put it that way. So I'm not going to risk it. So I think for the minute, we're going to park this for this season. We're going to delve into it a little bit deeper when we get some more time. And obviously we've still got the side of the car to repair as well from last season, which I haven't had time to do either. So yeah, anyway, so as you might know, the plan was to race this in the MG Cup, and I've bought the Metro to obviously do the Metro Cup and the Classic Stock Hatch. I have got the Metro here. I'm well underway of doing some work on it. I haven't done much filming on this, but I'll give you a quick tour of it anyway. So again, if you look back on the previous video I've done when I got this, it's come a long way. So we've stripped out all the interior, got rid of all the heater, different dash, new fire extinguisher, and we've got some nice ECU master goodies in there to do all the power management and the engine. So yeah, and while we had it all stripped out, we painted all the floor, and I've had the roll cage all painted as well. So that's that, but we're not here to see that. We're here to see the replacement for the MG Cup for the F. So as I say, this will be boxed for this year until we repair it, but I have got a replacement to run the Cup. So let me get you set up, let's get this one out, and let's get the new car in. Right, here we go then. It's a nice little ZR 160 Class A spec, which is what I wanted. I didn't want to do anything in Class B, purely because it's such a competitive class, and I'm not quite there yet with my driver skills. This is only going to be my third season, and Class C, well, they're the big boys, and so I ain't got no hope in hell with them. So I'd rather concentrate and going good in something slow than going really like rubbish in something quick. So let's just concentrate on getting good first before we get anything quicker. But yeah, this is pretty much a standard ZR 160, and the only thing that we can do really is we can change the pads, need to run the Toyo tyres, lowering springs by 30mm, and a manifold back exhaust, and that is it. And it's just the safety stuff basically. So yeah, all the air filters completely stock and stuff like that. So today's Monday. I picked up yesterday, Sunday, and it was sold as ready to race. But I just want to double check, make sure that there isn't anything too drastically wrong with it. So it gives us a week to change it before we race next weekend, which is Saturday. Well, we need to leave here Friday afternoon really, to get down there. I'm going to stay over there overnight. So yeah, we're just going to have a look at all the safety stuff. Everything's still all in date. So yeah, just make sure that all the pull cables work, all the bonnet hat catches work, all the tyres are good, the brakes are good. But yeah, so let's get it up on the ramp and let's get into trying to just see what we can find basically, and then we'll give you a little bit of a walk around with it. The other thing that we need to do is I'm going to get rid of the number board on the front doors and the bonnet, and we need to stick all the sponsorship Sunstrip on. Our series is sponsored by Toyo Tyres, but we need to run the number plate style Toyo Tyre stickers, and then we've got a cherished vehicle MG Sunstrip, and there's a couple of other little sponsorship stickers that we need to put on for the series that we race in. And apart from that, well, you can see the paint is rather dull. I have given it a wash, decontamination with fallout remover. I tried to clean up the wheels the best I can, but they are pretty much gone. Yeah, so that had fallout remover, tar and glue remover, a good wash and a scrub. And you probably see that it's had another stick on at some point. It looked like someone's used a rake to get it off. So we'll get all the stickers off after we've had a look. If we need to order any parts, we can order them today, hopefully to get for next day delivery. So we can do that. And then, yeah, just a quick look down this side. Not that you can see much because we're in a tightish workshop. Quick look inside. So yeah, there's a few little battle scars on there, but general condition is quite good for a little race car really. The lad who raced it last year, they raced it in the MG Owners Club series in Class B, I think. He done a couple of races at Silverstone and Pembury or something, and he done really well, but he did come from Carton, I believe. Yeah, so it's a proven car. We just need to make sure it's ready to go and see how we get on really. Yeah, right, let's get it up on the ramp because I'm waffling on a bit, and then we'll have a good look around it, see what we can find. Right, on the ramp, up in the air. I've whipped the wheels off so we can check all the brakes properly. So we'll just have a quick look underneath first and go from there. So we'll just start underneath here, just see what it's got really. Hopefully not a lot. There's a little bit of rust on that leg there. Shouldn't really cause us any issue. Wing stay is a bit crusty and not attached, but again it's not going to cause us any issues. This wing stay ain't even on here. So yeah, as I say, it's had a few battles in its lifetime, so I'm not expecting it to be no show queen. So look like we've got some Powerflex bushes in there, in their mums there, and on the roll bar. So yeah, general consensus is it is quite a tidy shell, to be honest with you, compared to what they can be like. little sports cat's been welded onto the decap, onto the manifold downpipe. And then I believe it's a full Jan speed exhaust. So you just have to excuse my wheelie chair I'm just sitting on. Yeah, Jan speed exhaust. Got braided brake lines all round, which is good. Again, fairly tidy. It's not going to win any shows, but the thing that I am concerned about is that if I ever need to be towed from the back, that's obviously going to pull straight. So at some point, I think I might have to cut some holes into the bumper so they can go through the bumper. Because if I get towed by that, that's just going to rip the bumper straight off, so ain't really ideal, is it? And I did notice the front tow strap. We go round again. Front driver's side tow strap is loose, so we just need to tighten that up. Right, brakes. All the pads look like they've got good meat on them. Discs look relatively new, there's no lips on there whatsoever. Again, braided lines. Go around the back here. Again, pads all look relatively good. Again, discs look fairly recent and good. So, bit of shit on there, that'll soon clean off. It has got lower springs on it, I don't know what brand they are, but I guess they meet the 30mm ride height regulation. So just round this side again. You look through here, the pads, you probably can't see much, but the pads look good enough for this race anyway, for this weekend coming. And just go round this side here. Again, braid line, pad, disc, all look relatively good. So I'm happy with the brakes that we can race on them. I'm not going to bother doing a fluid change. I'm going to check the engine oil, just see what that's like, but we'll probably end up racing on the same engine oil that is already in it. Tyres. So this one here, although being low, is in good condition. So we've got that one. I have already looked at these, and we are going to have to get some tyres, unfortunately. This one here, again, really low, but you can see just here where it's starting to peel apart. All around here, look, it's starting to peel apart. So this one will need to be replaced. This one here looks like a reasonably new tyre, and loads of tread on that. So again, that might go as a spare. But this one over here, this other rear one, is absolutely mullered. I can't race on that, so we're going to have to get at least 2 tyres. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 4 tyres, and then we'll use that front one as a spare and that rear one as a spare, just in case we get a puncture. I have got, I zoom in, 3 other wheels, but that top one there is a Yokohama, and them 2 bottom ones, again, they're very low, and they are the older type R888s, not the R888Rs. So yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll put a set of tyres on it. Not really what I want to do, but I can't race like that. So, and if I'm getting 2 tyres, I might as well get a full set to start the season off. So yeah, that's the underneath all done, and looked over. Let's get it back down on the floor and have a look at the engine bay, the boot, and the interior. Hang on, we're up here, aren't we? Right, let's get it down on the floor and have a look at the other stuff. Right, the interior. Ain't really much to say about this really. It's got a roll cage and stuff. Stripped out to obviously regulations of the owners club. So you still need to keep hold of the centre console, I believe. It has still got all its electric windows, they all still work. And it has got the fiberglass racing door cards as well, which is a nice touch. The other nice touch it has got is this lovely Cobra. I don't even know what that says, but it's a Cobra bucket seat with these helmet bits. We are going to have to move this, but my initial thought that is that I wasn't going to be able to fit into this, purely because of my size. But I fit in it lovely. It's a lovely, comfortable seat, and that supports me rather well. But yeah, we are going to have to move it back a bit on the runners, because as you can see, it's quite close. Apparently the guy who raced this last year was quite tall, but he must have had really stumpy legs, because yeah, my knees are by my ears, trying to reach the pedals, and trying to get in is difficult, because again we have the roll cage and all that sort of stuff, so we need to move that back. The other addition that we need to do is, obviously, when we move the seat back, we need to adjust the harnesses. But obviously we need to put in some camera mounts, so obviously we can film it next weekend to show you guys. My lap timer that I'm going to take out of the F, I've bought another bracket, so we can mount that bracket onto the dash on this car, and then we can flit it in between the two cars if we need to anyway. And obviously we've bought another mount for that one, but with the way that I'm going, with the ECU and stuff like that, that's got a pre-built in lap timer anyway into the dash, so yeah, we didn't need that. Yeah, so camera mounts, move the seat back, lap timer, and I believe the transponder I need to get I've got another transponder mount, because mine's a subscription based My Laps one, that you can take off the mount and put it in a charging station, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I've bought another mount that we can mount onto this vehicle for when we race this one basically. And again, I bought another one for the Metro, because I will need to use that transponder on that Metro. So it just keeps it cheap. I can use the same transponder throughout the 3 cars now. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We haven't got a key anymore. We've got an ignition switch here. The wiring looks a bit suspect there, but I'm not really going to pull all that apart and start delving into it, because at the moment it works. So if it works, what's the point in changing it? Let's go round to the passenger side. Again, fire extinguishers in date until the 22nd of July, or July, say 22nd, end of July 24, so that's last service July 22. So you only get 2 years on a fire extinguisher. But I have got another Lifeline fire extinguisher, the 2000 one that come out of my old F race car, so I can send that off in the meantime, and then we can just swap them over when the time comes. But yeah, again, not really much to scream and shout about on these. It's had the brake lines all run on the inside, and we have got a brake bias for the back brakes. Still got all its heater box in and stuff like that, so yeah, we've got our demister. Again, it's all Class A spec rules, so I'm not sure if I can take the heater out on Class A spec, so but we'll leave it in there anyway, because we've got no other means to demist the screen. I'm not spending loads of money on this car, so I literally just wanted something that we can get in and go racing in. So I know the electric cut-off cable works on this one, he says. I did yesterday because I tested it yesterday, but it isn't anymore. So we'll have to delve into that and see why that's not working. I pulled it yesterday and that worked. Yeah, now we're going to need to sort that out. And also this one here I think is seized, because I pull this and you see the cable on the fire extinguisher and not even tweaking. So I think we need to put a couple of cables in. So that's that. Right, let's get round to the boot. I'm not going to bother opening it up, but this clip here is absolutely fine. But this one here, it's lost its ring and I can't get that threaded through. So I think I've got a brand new set of bonnet pins anyway that I bought for the Escort. So we'll rob a set off for that, get them swapped over. There we go, that's the 160 engine, again completely standard air box. I believe it's got a paper filter in it, it should have a paper filter in it, but we will check. Not allowed to run a performance filter at all. Standard manifold, but anything from the manifold back is fine. I think we can open the bores up on the internal welds of the manifold if we need to. I'm going to assume that's already been done. But again, I'm not going to take the manifold and check that. We just want, again, just to go racing. So, but yeah, apart from that, it's relatively clean and tidy car. It's got a new battery on it as well, and it has got the K-Maps ECU that you need to run for the regulations. So, you need to be mapped by K-Maps as a 160 or 170 if you're in Class B. So yeah, right, let's get this bonnet down and then we'll just have a general overlook of the entire car. Right, so as you can see, that's no Show Queen. It's had some alterations with a few other cars in the past, dents everywhere. Yeah, it's just look, all this is dented up and creased up. Again, the rear quarter here has had a little bit of a knock. Rear bumper looks alright though, apart from that gouge in there. It's not really sitting too straight, but again, it's probably had a little bit of a shunt from behind, or a little nudge at least. There's a bit of a dent there. That wing's okay, that door's okay, apart from a few scratches and scrapes. But yeah, as I say, it's no Show Queen. I'm not expecting it to be. It's just a proven car that's ready to go on the track. So I think today what we'll do is we'll get the seat moved first. Get that back so I'm getting that out of it a bit easier. We'll order some tyres, get them here. Hopefully we can get them, if I order them early enough, hopefully we can get them for next day. And then we'll get them swapped over. And that's it. Yeah, it's just literally lap timer, camera mount, Bowden cables, bonnet pin for the boot, tyres, take the number boards off, put the championship decals on, and then hopefully we can give it a bit of a buff just to bring that paint back. I'll run over it with a rotary polisher just to hopefully make it look a little bit more presentable. But that's it. Right, let's get on to the first job. Let's get this seat out. Let's move the brackets back, and then we'll get on to, hopefully, I think I've got some Bowden cables in the box for the extinguisher for this. So yeah, we'll use them for now. Right, let's get on, because I've waffled on way too much, but hopefully it's given you a general good overview of this car. Right, just get the seat out. We've got 4 little 6mm Allen keys. We can get to these a lot better than what we can in the F. So we'll just whip these out and then we can see what we're dealing with these seat mounts. Right, just 4 little nuts and bolts then, and then we can hopefully, you can see us on the furthest most forward point, so hopefully we can put it on its furthest most backwards point, and yeah, that should be more than enough for me to get into anyway. Right, so let's get these little bolts. Are they nuts and bolts or are they captive bolts? I think they're captive bolts, so hopefully we can just buzz them out, move it back, and then stick it back in again. But these bolts here got a nice little spacer washer there, but on this one here it hasn't, and it's the same on the other side, so we might have to... Right, that's the seat all adjusted back as far as that would go, and I've managed to drop the back down another bolt hole as well, which puts me a little bit lower into the car, so it's a hell of a lot better than what it was getting in and out, and my seat position is again a lot better. My legs are not, or my knees aren't around my ears anymore, so that's that bit done. I think the next thing we'll do is, I think we will just do these boot pins, because this one's done, so we'll get them done. Nice, quick, easy, simple job. So I'll go and find some more boot pins and we'll get them in. Right, so these are the bonnet pins that I've got, the Grayson ones, and I've got a couple of Bowden cables as well, so we'll swap them over just so that we know we're 100%. Right, so we'll get these fitted. Again, it's only like 3 little Phillips screws that hold them in place. I'm not going to bother replacing the actual pins themselves, just to catch. So we'll get them swapped over and I'll come back to you when I've done that. Right, that's the bonnet pins or boot pins now on. I just had to adjust that pin up a little bit because it's just a little bit too tight. That's probably why it pulled the ring off with someone trying to pull it out. But I've adjusted that up so it's, you just have to apply a little bit of pressure onto the boot and hopefully that will come out. And I also had to grind away a little bit of the actual catch itself, because again that goes in at an angle, so yeah, just by fitting them they didn't want to go through the hole, so we had to grind away a little bit around here, but they're both done. What's next? Shall we have a little look at these Bowden cables and see if we can get them to work? So yeah, just need to undo these cables and just see if we can pull them through, free them up, or do something with them. Yeah, because they're no good like that. So leave it with me. I'll just get this all disconnected and then we'll see if we can troubleshoot it and go from there. Right, there we go. That's all the cables replaced. I replaced all of them in the end. This one here on the inside for the extinguisher was reasonably tight, but now if you see, if I pull this, you can see the cable flexing. I think it's either one of these two here, but you can see it's flexing. And then if I do this one here, you can see that one is flexing as well. So they all work. And then obviously we got the electric master switch as well, so we just, if I pull that, I'm at the wrong angle here, but yeah, that all works and is all lovely. So yeah, that's all done. It wasn't the easiest job in the world, especially getting the 2 new cables through here to drill a couple of new holes, and yeah, that was, you don't get any real, they are the only place really you can put them on the outside of one of these ZRs. So yeah, that's that. I think the next thing I want to do is hopefully an easier job, which is going to be mounting the transponder bracket, and I've got it in my hand. I'll just get out of the bag, and that's all it is. There's a couple of holes in the middle there, that we can just rivet it onto. And I think what people normally do is mount their transponder in there somewhere, I believe. So yeah, I think we'll do that. I just want to check to make sure there isn't another transponder somewhere else. I don't think there is, but yeah, I think the general consensus is on these is going to be on the inside wheel arch in here somewhere. So we'll drill a couple of holes, a couple of pop rivets, and then that will be done. Right, you can see that now. So my Lapps transponder, subscription based. I think it's due for a renewal, because I normally renew it at the beginning of every season. So yeah, I think it's due for renewal now. So we'll plug it back into the charger and just make sure that's all good. But I've decided to mount it on the inner wing or chassis leg of the engine bay, just because it's easier to get to, rather than having to turn the wheel, crawl underneath and get that on there. Just pop the bonnet open, we can get that in and out as and when we please. So we'll take that off now, we'll get that back on charge, we'll check the subscription, and yeah, we'll move on to the next job. So you can see it flashing away, and that's how it's pulsing to try and find the sensor on the track. And that's how you get your times, basically. Right, let's pop this back on charge, and then we'll move on to the next job. Right, we've got this to mount for the GoPros. I'm still waiting for mate to give me the other one back, so we can mount both the rear and front facing cameras. So that's nice and quick and simple. I just won't have the actual hardwire kit in there, because that's in the F, so we're gonna have to rely on batteries, unfortunately. This is a little mount for my Solo, so we need to mount that, but it's going to take me, I've got literally a half hour left before I've got to go home, and then we'll carry on tomorrow, and then we've got the hardwire kit for that. So I think what I'm just going to do is, I think I'm just going to start peeling some stickers off. I've already taken them one off the bonnet, just so we know they come off easy enough. And I've started to take this one off the side here, so they're nice and easy to get off. Just pull them off, they're not taking any paint or lacquer with them, because they're actually fairly decent stickers. So we'll just get these done, and then I might even break out the machine polisher and start doing some polishing work and see how far we get in half an hour, basically. But yeah, I'll continue doing this, and then we'll just chuck the machine down the door and see what it sounds out like. Right, hopefully you can see this, but I've done this side completely. Just a quick pass with some Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. That's where it's had a sticker on, it's pulled some of the paint off of it. I think this side has all been repainted, because there's a couple of like paint spots in it. So it's just pulled a little bit of the paint off. So I've done all around here, up the top here. Mirror cap, front wing. And you see the difference between the wing and the actual bonnet itself. And you can see the colour difference as well. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the side's been painted. Not surprised really. It's going to have some battles, isn't it? And I've done the rear bumper as well, and I've got most of the scratching out of it. You can still see some scratchings in it. Look like someone's gone at it with some sandpaper, but you know, with the polish, it just helps fill it and just mask it basically. And again, you can see the difference between the bumper and the rear quarter. So it's definitely given that gloss back. You see how much more we've got to do. So it's just the roof, this side, front bumper and bonnet. But as you can see, we've all locked up now. I've run out of time for today, so we'll come back tomorrow. We'll finish it off. Give the windows a good going over inside and out. And yeah, we'll carry on this video tomorrow.
The next day.
Right, good morning everyone. We're back again. I've had a couple of hours here already. I just finished polishing up the rest of the car. Yeah, cleaned the windows a little bit, and I've got all the stickers on that I need to run. So we've got the number stickers, we've got the equip stickers on the side there, we've got the Toyo Tyre number plates. What else have we got? We've got the sun strip, got all our emergency cut-off stuff, which I didn't take off to begin with, but they look like they could do with replacing at some point. They're a little bit cracked and faded. Some more equip stickers, some new toe stickers, and again front number plate. Sun strip again with the number and the class we're running in, and the again equip 24 competitor sticker in the tax disc area. The other thing that we've done, brand new tyres all round. So I ordered these on Monday, and they arrived Tuesday, and just fitted them. So again, all the way around, brand new tyres. So this will be going straight on a trailer, and the first time we use these tyres are going to be in qualifying, so we'll have to take it easy to begin with. The other thing that I've done is I've cut some slots in the bumper and just fed the tow hooks through the bumper, so it's actually pulling straight instead of if I get towed back out of a barrier. Hopefully that ain't going to happen, but that ain't going to rip the rear bumper off. But if I go into a barrier, it's going to be least my worries, isn't it? But you know, it's just the little things that I just wanted to do, if that makes sense. So again, little toe stickers on there. What am I doing at the minute? I am fitting in my lap timer, and I've just wired in a constant power, and I've just taken off the cigarette lighter, a little Deutsch connector in there, and that'll just tuck through the old cigarette lighter hole. I've swapped the steering wheel over as well with the one out of my F, purely because I went to clean it, because as you can see it's a little bit mouldy, and that was loose. So I thought, just the nut has been loose. So I took the airbag out and the nut was tight, but if you look inside here, I don't know if you can see that very well, all the splines are rounded off. So I didn't want to go in a corner, hit a curb, and then that then rips out all the splines and I've got no steering. So I've just swapped over the Boss from my F and the steering wheel from my F. They're all the same splines. I think the only difference is where the indicators pick up from for the self-cancelling. But it's nice and solid now, so that ain't going anywhere. Right, let's take you over to the bench. It's getting messy around here at the minute, but we're running out of time. I've made a little cardboard template and transferred that into some steel, and we've got our vent here, and hopefully I can do this without doing too much damage, but that's gonna basically sit in there with the lap timer on there like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish off doing that, get it all installed, and then I'll show you how it looks. from the driver's seat. I've made it so it sticks out. That should face the driver. As you can see, that's angled, and it should be in reach as well. So yeah, let me just finish off getting that done, get that back into the car, and then hopefully that be all the job's done. No, it isn't. I've still got the camera mounts to do, but that's just a case of just putting some cameras on the roll bars and stuff like that. So right, let me just finish off doing this little bit, because then it'll be hopefully all job done. Right, there we go, all done, all sorted. Can reach this quite easily, although I have to use my dodgy little pinky finger, but I can reach that if I need to. I'm sat right back in the seat. My steering wheel is where it needs to be. So yeah, I just got to tuck these back into here, and then just mount some camera mounts up. Yeah, just got to mount some camera mounts up, and then we're pretty much good to go. I think I might just take it down the road just to make sure everything's good and I don't overheat or anything like that. But yeah, I think we're sort of like out of time really. The only thing else that I need to do is the blower motor wasn't working. So the actual knob itself was obliterated on the inside, so it's just spinning. So I took that off, done that by a pair of pliers, still wasn't working. I found that the motor was unplugged underneath there. So what I'm going to assume is that the knob broke, and then they've just unplugged it from the motor itself. So yeah, I'll plug that back in, test that works. So yeah, just gonna have to try and find a knob in my spare boxes, and then hopefully, because obviously I think it's meant to be a little bit wet on Saturday on racing, so that'd be nice to have obviously the demisters working just in case it get a little bit damp in here. But yeah, right, let's get some camera mounts in and we'll probably end this video. And yeah, I keep saying yeah a lot, don't I? Gotta stop that. Right, camera mounts, end the video. Right, there we go guys, we are all done and sorted. I've got all the cameras mounted in, so I've got the forward facing GoPro, and I've got the rear facing GoPro Session there. So I'm hoping that I've got all the angles sorted out, so hopefully we get some decent footage. So yeah, let's just go around here. I've just been doing some other little bits and pieces just to make sure everything works, like all the lights work, and stuff like that. And we had an issue with the fog light, or the rain light, so we're using the fog light as a rain light. Turns out it was a dodgy switch, so I just swapped over the switch with something I had lying around. And also I've got a fan switch in there now, so that's, we can turn the fans on as and when we need. So I think we are pretty much there now, so we're going to get it off the ramp. I'm just going to run it down the road. If there's any issues, then I'll obviously cut back in, but if not, I think I'm going to end this video here. And yeah, we'll see you at Brands Hatch on Saturday. I'm hoping to get this video out before then. So what's today? It's a Thursday day, so hopefully I can get this edited tonight, and out tonight or maybe tomorrow. So hopefully this video will be out by then. But yeah, next video will be Brands Hatch race meeting, so we'll see you then.